everybody. I thought I'd share with y'all how I do my trim bands. These are some thin trim bands that are done with a metallic thread. I thought I'd share it with y'all because I haven't seen anybody else that's using this method. For me, it works the best out of anything I've tried with metallic thread. So I thought I would share it with y'all. And I haven't seen anybody else that has one posted on YouTube. I've looked around and I haven't seen it anywhere online. I'm sure people are using this method and just it doesn't come up in conversation or whatever, but I thought I'd share it with people that might not be aware of it. See what y'all think about it. To me, it's easier because there's no pull through of any sort on your trim band to mess the foil up on the metallic thread. So I'm going to show you how I do it and y'all tell me what you think about it. Okay, this is real simple. I'm just going to take me a piece of my metallic thread that I want to use for my trim band, and I'm just going to tape it to the blank somewhere behind where I want my trim band. I'm going to want my trim band up in this area, so I'm going to tape it back here, and I'm just going to wrap it. And let's just say I wanted to start my trim band right here. I'm just going to wrap it like that. I'm going to cross it over here, make an X. And just say I'm going to do a 2-thread band here. Move this over. If you go ahead and get it all moved into position now, you won't have to worry about it later. So now I've come completely around. Let me see if I can get my fingers out of the way. So now I've come completely around and I've completed my 2 wraps that I want to use for my trim band. I like this method because you do it before you actually do your guide wraps. So you'll go ahead and do your trim band and then you'll come back and wrap over this to get your guide wrap started. So I've got everything pulled tight here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around in a spiral back over here to where my tag end is, and I'm going to tape it down in a spiral just like that. So now this doesn't look all that great right now. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move the wraps over and get them to where they're going to be. That don't look too bad. I can play around with that a little more. So now I got a 2-thread trim band right here at the end. Ordinarily you'd pull your thread back through itself to lock it down. I've seen where people will go ahead and do the guide wraps and then do the trim band, and they might leave pull throughs in the guide wrap to pull the trim through later. And sometimes with metallic thread that can be a bit of a problem because the foil can kink. So to me, using this method works really well because your foil doesn't really have an opportunity to get kinked up on you or anything. If you lay it down and it looks good right from the outset, you know you're good to go. So what I will do is come in with my guide thread color. I'm just going to use red here as an example. I'm going to get it routed through here. So now all I will do with this is go ahead and wrap me a spiral around and tape this end down. It'd be the same if you had an actual guide on here. I just decided to go ahead and do it this way to show you how to do the wrap without the guide in the way. That way there's a lot of clarity here. You can see everything real well, I believe. So I'm going to start this guide wrap like I would any other, but I'm going to come over and I'm going to come right up to where this crisscross is here. And I'm just going to lay this in alongside this piece that's going this direction, but I'm going to pass it across the one that's coming in this direction. And I hope that shows up clearly right there. So I just ran alongside this one and crossed over the one that's cutting back this direction on the tag leg for that trim band. And I'm just going to push this over here up against that and get this started right here like you would any other guide wrap. And you might have to push it just a little to keep things lined up to get it going here. It'll take you a few turns to get things kind of situated. And once I get about 3 turns on this, I will go ahead and start trimming my tag ends from the trim bands and everything. So I'm just going to pull all my tape off. And I'm just going to start pushing this tight here. I'm just going to put one more wrap on that. Okay. Now what you can do is take everything loose and start moving this thread around. I'm going to pull this one up a little, this one down a little. So now I've got all my tags here together, and I'm just going to snip those all off together. Okay, and I'm going to put a couple more turns on this. And I'm just going to start pushing things down the blank to tighten everything up a bit. Now everything is tightened up, and that doesn't look too bad, and it's super easy to do. I think even a beginner could do it. So what the deal is here is ordinarily you'd want to pull your thread back under itself to lock it down. On a trim band, it's not really a structural part of the wrap. It's kind of a decorative part. So with there being no pull through isn't really critical. You've got your tag wrapped under on your guide wrap, and you'll pull your guide wrap thread back through itself. So it will be locked down. The trim band doesn't really make any difference if it's locked down or not. So I hope that made sense to everybody. I haven't seen anybody using that method, and I really don't know why. I came up with it myself just because I was having trouble occasionally with the foil on my trim bands getting damaged when I pull it through. With this method, there is no pull through, so you don't really have to worry about your foil on your metallic threads getting damaged. It would work just as well with a thread that's not metallic, but if you're using metallic threads, this is a real gentle way to get that trim band on there without giving you any problems with the foil. So I just thought I'd share that with everybody. I haven't seen it done, so I thought I'd put it out there, and it might give some people some ideas of something they could do themselves. I hope you enjoyed it. Everybody take care, and I'll talk to y'all later.